Now, since the recession, even window shopping has lost its appeal somewhat, with more and more empty shops on our high streets. Well, one group is trying to fill the gaps in Cardiff's shopping centres with performances and works of art, which it hopes will bring both interest and investment back to the capital. Julian Sykes is from ARC, the group of so-called social designers behind the idea. Good morning to you.
Morning.
How would you define a social designer?
It's an interesting question, but I think the simplest way to sum it up is a designer that has a bit more of a social outlook on design. And also, and what I mean by that is most of the design work answers community issues or general social issues within local areas or even global areas.
And the issue here being that town centres are becoming rather depressed with all these empty shops around.
Yeah, I think there's the issue, obviously, the shopping experience and what is now a shop in the whole kind of internet age. And also, like you say, just kind of walking through, I mean, we're particularly looking at the arcades within Cardiff, and just walking through there, they're all very independent, very beautiful shops, and they've all got their expertise.
And it's difficult to feel good about your town or your city if you do have more and more empty shops appearing.
I think you're right. I think the obviously with those kind of empty shops, there's a general sense of, you know, is the city prosperous, is the town prosperous, and so we're just trying to involve communities with the project as well. And obviously bring in the shop owners that are actually functioning at the moment, and bring them all together to try and create a general better feeling in that area.
So what are you doing? What have you got going on in some of these shops?
Well, we're going to be moving to one shop between the 2nd and 3rd of July, which is the Friday and Saturday. And we're going to do a range of pieces from performance pieces, art pieces. We're also going to be doing some business clinics for the local businesses and shops to kind of help improve them and maybe reconnect between shop to shop, and maybe even share knowledge between each other so they can obviously improve themselves. And it's really important that we give them the power to kind of help themselves, if you like. And then we've also got a few other elements where we're going to try and bring community groups into the area, so they kind of are aware that the arcades are themselves, for themselves as well.
And do you have an idea yet what kinds of performances, what kinds of artwork we might see?
We've got two definite ones. One is going to be a kind of swap shop where people bring their unwanted goods. They're then modified by artists, whether that's a sculptor, painter, that kind of thing, and then given back to them or resold to someone else in a different way, in a different format. And another one is they're going to be investigating all of the little stories that happen within the arcade, either from the shop owners or the people who work there, and then they're going to be reinterpreting that into some kind of paid slot machine kind of performance art.
Sounds interesting. We'll keep an eye on this, see what kind of interest there is in it. Julian, thank you. Julian Sykes from the group called ARC. They're social designers.